Thank you for your interest in the Community Reinvestment Grants Program. In this tutorial, we will provide details on all budget sections as well as explain the various functionalities included in this workbook that will help you complete the budget. The purpose of the budget is to provide applicants with an opportunity to demonstrate their funding needs by outlining how grant money will be used. The budget will be evaluated as part of the application and will affect the overall final score. The maximum score possible for the budget section, which includes the budget workbook, is 10 points. Budget scores will be based on the applicant's ability to provide a detailed workbook, which contains budget items that are allowable, reasonable, and that are clearly justified given the organization's needs and resources regarding the proposed services. Similarly, all costs that are included in the indirect cost rate must be allowable and reasonable. Aside from facilitating the organization of budget information, this workbook will allow you to create a budget summary that can be used to complete the budget section of the online application. Upon opening this workbook for the first time, you will be prompted to enable macros. Please click Enable before continuing, as not enabling macros will prevent key workbook functionalities from running. The budget spreadsheet is divided into two main sections: the direct cost and indirect cost section. Under the direct cost section, applicants can enter budget information on personnel classifications, employee training, equipment and materials, and other direct costs. In the indirect cost section, information can be entered for personnel classifications and other indirect costs. To ensure budget workbooks are both complete and accurate, we have included detailed instructions on how to complete each section of the budget. For your convenience, we have created multiple buttons that automate tasks that you may need to do while completing the budget. Please refer to the instructions before starting to fill in the budget. Now that we have given you an overview of the workbook, we will show you how the spreadsheet works. For our example, we will be using a fictitious community-based nonprofit organization called Breaking Free. In the first part of the budget, we enter general information about the grant, like the lead applicant's name, total grant amount requested, and the amount allocated to the lead applicant. We also enter the number of collaborative application partners that will be working with the lead applicant. Please ensure that this number is correct, as the number selected here will determine the number of tabs that are created for collaborative partners. Once you have selected the right number, click on button number 1 to create the tabs. In this case, we selected 4 and we can see that 4 tabs were created for collaborative partners. If you make a mistake and would like to delete tabs, click on button number 3. You may delete one, multiple, or all tabs. If you would like to delete partner number 1, for example, type 1. If you would like to delete partner 2 and 4, type 2, 4. If you would like to delete all, type all. For the purpose of this example, let's pretend we made a mistake and we did not want to create 4 tabs. So let's delete all of them. Once you have selected the right number, you can create tabs again by clicking on button number 1. For the sake of this tutorial, these tabs already have information in them, but the workbook posted on our webpage will be cleared of all information. After all necessary tabs have been created, please fill in information for all budget categories you plan to spend CalCRG grant money on, as indicated in the Instructions tab. Please note that some information needs to be typed in, while other information will require a selection from a drop-down menu. For example, under the Personnel Classification subsection, annual wage and annual benefits need to be typed in, while percentage of time classification will be used and number of months classification will be used, have a drop-down menu. If you need to insert additional rows, click on the Insert Row buttons next to each subsection. For example, if we want to insert rows under the Employee Training subsection, we will click on this button. You may insert as many rows as you need, and you also have the ability to delete them. After you have entered all necessary information and have reviewed it to ensure the information is accurate and complete, click on button number 2. This action will create a summary tab and will automatically fill in all fields. Use this information in the Summary tab to complete the budget section of the online application. If you make changes to the budget for the lead applicant or any of the collaborative partners after you have created the Summary tab, you can delete the Summary tab by clicking on button number 3 and typing Summary. After you have made all the necessary changes to the budget and are ready to create a Summary tab, you can click on button number 2 again to create a new Summary tab. Please ensure to save any changes before closing out of the document, and do not forget to upload the budget workbook in the required/supporting documentation section of the online application. That is it. Once you have finished the workbook, pat yourself on the back for your hard work. This concludes the tutorial on how to use the CalCRG budget workbook. Thank you once again for your interest in our program. If you have any questions, please contact us at our direct line at 916-322-2683 or via email at calcrg@gobiz.ca.gov.